Hey. All right. Can you say hello? Say hello.
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 Chim miệp xưa muối.
Chụp xua.
Miệp xưa muối con miệp xưa.
Miệp xua. Yeah, good. That was good. That was good. Hi there. It is good to see you all. And welcome to Khmer Foods. I brought in my Khmer food specialist. Yes, amazing at cooking. I mean, one reason I like Khmer food, so many reasons, but my wife is an amazing cook, and there are many amazing cooks out there. I'm very thankful to be with one of them. So, all right, what are we going to start off with saying? First off, it's not about the Khmer food. I love Khmer food, and it's amazing and awesome. But one thing I think I would like to highlight and remind people is that Khmer food isn't just about the food. It's about us being together. It's about us eating fresh foods that someone has spent time preparing, even preparation. If you ever go to a friend gathering, there's like the time in the kitchen or time with people, the food prep time. That's a lot of that bonding time. So it's really just not about the food ultimately. It's about everything surrounding the food, and oftentimes that's family. So Khmer food is a great way to bond with people. It's a great way to understand better parts of the culture. It's a great way to appreciate Khmer culture as well. And so, bless you. If you find some Khmer food that you like, I know Will Grover was mentioning this on podcast episode 26, where it's like, hey, if you just find a few Khmer foods that you love and enjoy, so when people ask you like, what Khmer foods do you like, you can name those. It's like an instant connection. All right, let's jump in. Slide number 1. A little bit about what I'll be sharing today. Foods you got to try, a little bit of table manners, and then I'll talk a little bit about the culture of food itself. Next slide. Thank you so much again, Jaira and Yush, for making this happen. All right. You'll have to correct me on my Khmer spelling, but as now, fish amok. So this actually we just had yesterday. We caught.
Night.
Yeah. We caught in the pond, and we. Mommy? Yeah, Mommy's right here. Do you want something?
Okay, we can keep going.
Yeah. We just caught some fish in the pond, and Lek was able to cook those up, some bass. So we had fish amok with bass. It was really good. Cooked it really well. Some things I just want to note. So it's a very flavorful dish. It almost reminds me of curry. It has lemongrass. It has galanga.
Galangas.
What else?
Coconut always.
Yeah, the coconut.
And a little bit of like 1 egg inside that too.
Yeah.
To make the thick.
Yeah, kind of the consistency, kind of like a. Yeah, I mean, it was really good. You can also notice they put some stuff on top. So sometimes it's some pepper or some herbs, some mint was on ours last night. And notice how it goes with rice. Okay, this dish is so rich. Oh, and cooked in a banana leaf. So that's kind of nice too. Some of the flavor seeps in.
You steam it.
Yeah, okay. You steam it like in a pot.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Very cool. Very cool.
You not just fry on.
Were you able to steam it last night?
You steam it.
Ah, wow. I didn't see you making it last night. So anyway, really, really incredible dish and very flavorful. So if you just like a lot of Westerners might just scoop up that thing and eat it. Now, like mix it with the rice to kind of balance it out so it's not like overpowering. It's delicious either way, but you mix it with the rice. More rice, the flavor will be a little less intense, right? Less rice, the flavor is more intense. So you can kind of adjust. You can add spice. Next slide. So fish amok, super popular, and it was my first Khmer dish I had ever tried, so it's special to me. Locha. So I write it as Lote, right? Okay, sometimes you'll see Lort. It's not Lorcha, no. It's Locha. All right, that's in the Khmer right there. I put the Khmer words. Now, what is this? It's like a short rice noodle, right?
Yeah.
And cook it with like a soy sauce and kind of like stir fry it.
Making soak it into the black soy sauce so to make the color is a little bit brown there. And then you stir fry it with meat and your choice.
Pop an egg on top, maybe some sauce.
And a special vegetable for that is the chai leaf and bean sprouts.
Chives and bean sprouts. Yeah, you can see the bean sprouts already in there. And it's really good fresh. This is a common street food. You get this for maybe, what, $1 to $2? Like probably
between 4,000, between $1 to $2.50, maybe around that.
Yeah, so in Tultumpung, which is the Russian market, this is really common. You'll see this all around. It's a little expensive there, so I think I've only eaten it there once, but it's still good. It's kind of hot in the market too, so I like eating this outdoors. Next slide. Oh, thank you so much, baby. This is beef loklak. So it's loklak. You can't really say it, but loklak, you'll often see it spelled Loklak. Sounds like loklak. All right, awesome. Marinated beef, kind of like sauteed, would you say? Fried, sauteed with, not really fried, but like sauteed.
Just like fries, like normal, like you're using, garlic is special for this.
Yep.
Everybody we use a lot of garlic. So you kind of using a little bit of oils, maybe, your choice of oil, and grill the garlic a little bit brown, and you put the meat in, and spices with the soy sauce a bit, fish sauce,
Totally.
Yep. So to get the flavors, and then that's it. Put all the vegetable on the plate and put it on top of it.
I think with that fish sauce and with the garlic, it's just a flavor that I'd never tasted before. So it's really nice. It's a really popular dish. A lot of people that aren't big on like very different foods. I love all the variety of Khmer food, but some of my friends, maybe when they're coming to Cambodia for the first time, beef lok lok is an easy dish that's like easy for someone who hasn't adjusted to foreign flavors.
Yeah.
I'd say. And again, look at the rice, right? You know, it's really flavorful, and a lot of foreigners would be tempted to maybe just eat that meat straight up. Feel free, you can do that, but mix it with the rice, it kind of balances it out a little bit. Rice is kind of your balancing thing. So if you're eating at a group table, everyone will have their rice dish, and then you're just taking the dish from the center, right, family style, and putting it on your rice plate, mixing it with rice. So what's interesting is this is clearly a plate, you know, at like a modern restaurant. But you know, if we were eating this at her family's house, yeah, we would have a few dishes right in the middle, and then we're all putting that on our individual rice dish. Next slide.
Mommy.
No, mommy.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
how about yes, mommy? Next, yeah, I said this
Wow.
perfect. Naman sam. Yes, so this is really, really delicious. I love naman sam. And a lot of you can see it's wrapped in a banana leaf. Absolutely delicious. Obviously, Azalea likes it too. There's a naman sam cake, which is banana, and naman sam churuk,
which
which
is
is
a bean and pork.
bean. It's like pork fat. So to me personally, that one's not as much my favorite, but I've eaten it several times, and it can be good, especially if you've been like working outdoors all day. There's something about the pork fat that's actually kind of like sustaining. It's kind of nice. And okay, so
Wow, what's this?
they're grilling this here, but Don, this can be something different, right?
Okay. The main thing is we have banana sticky rice, and we also have like pork and bean sticky rice too. And the one on the grill, we call and som ang, like grill and som. So inside that there's a choice of like some they just make it, they just like cook it like with banana, the same as the one that we steam or boil it, the same. But some they kind of use different flavor, like we use jackfruit into
yeah.
So no banana sometimes, and sometimes people just use a coconut, like straight where they add more coconut into their sticky rice, and then they roll it up, and then they kind of grill it. So and then some they just have a flavor of like just bean. And now they kind of more creative. They put taro in it,
Yeah,
something like that.
Huh?
Yes, it's a lot
That's
of
cool.
ways
I don't think I've ever had that one.
Yeah, but the main two thing is banana, sticky rice, I don't know, cake or what, banana sticky rice roll like that, and the bean and pork. That is the main traditional like that.
And you'll see lots of things wrapped in banana leaves, but that kind of long, like burrito looking like thing, that is that naman sam. By the way, if anyone has questions throughout this, you can just pop them up in the chat. You can also pop them up on the video once this is posted later. All right, let's go to the next. Number job.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is super traditional and definitely a family favorite. I think we pointed this out on a different live stream, on the cultural live stream. This word right here is number job. Some law. Thank you so much. Some law brahop, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to read it.
Some law
brahao.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, brahao.
Okay.
So what is the brahao?
Okay, for the nomen chop, you can have a choice of some three kind of sauce. We call sauce, but in Khmer we call some law, because like a soup thing that you top it on. So you can have a choice of some brahao, which is the kind of green yellow, and we cook from the lemongrass and lemongrass leaf combinations.
Yeah.
And the other one we call some curry.
Yeah, and it's kind of dark red.
Yeah,
right?
Dark yellow red, and with more meat like chicken or choy of meat. And that one we have a namya. It's a big combination between those two. Like they're using fish the same, but the color is red. So, but nomen chok sam lo braha is a like traditional one. Like we cook that a lot, and it is okay. You can kind of three part of it. One you kind of prepare on the left side of the
leftmost picture.
Less pictures. You can see like a combination of all the vegetable. I'm sorry, Kun. All the vegetable like you said on the side, and there is a noodle on the side, and there is a sauce like the yellow there. So that's the main thing. So for this is you have to like use a lot of like different kind of vegetable.
Yeah.
The more
You can see a lot of flowers and other things. And you can see
Yeah.
the little chilies on that leftmost picture right in the middle there.
there's
You can
chili,
add that to
bean
flavor.
sprout, cabbage.
Great. With a little bit of lime if you wanted
Yeah.
to. Lots of stuff. Basically, this is a really great like nutrient rich dish.
Yeah.
The only thing that it doesn't have too much of, unless you're getting the curry version,
Meat.
curry, doesn't have a lot of meat.
Actually, there's a lot of meat here.
Oh,
too.
you're right, because it's the fish
Yeah,
inside
there's
of the
the
broth.
fish. You can't really
For
tell
sure.
it, but we cook the fish first, and we get all the bone out. And when we make all the spices like lemongrass and stuff, and then we crunch the beef to make it as a paste, like
Right,
yeah.
right.
So all of that you can see on top of it, like even it's not, you can't really tell, but all fish there. So like in this dish, it very, I mean like it's good because like you have all the vitamin from the vegetable.
Yeah.
You have protein from the beef, and all the spices like lemongrass, galangal, turmeric and stuff. Like it's kind of one kind of the, what's that called, like something
Antioxidants and stuff like that.
Antioxidants.
Exactly.
And
I mean, it's
from
loaded
the
with it.
yeah, and from I mean the noodle. The noodle is the it
The
kind of
rice noodle,
fermented
right?
rice, so
Mhm.
it kind of growing with the probiotic a bit more into that too.
Yeah.
So and this is not keep long. You can serve one day.
Yeah,
So you make,
you
in
make
the
it that
morning,
day,
and
it's
then
fresh.
finish it.
And you gotta finish it. Right.
Mhm.
Amazing. And one thing I was just gonna note when I was mentioning the meat is that there is meat in there, right? There is some stuff, but it's lower protein, so you might find yourself getting a little bit hungry afterwards. But just remember, you're getting a nutrient-loaded dish, and so you can supplement with protein as necessary. But this is really still a great dish. Next slide. A few more minutes to wrap up. Because okay, so this is one of my personal favorites. Trai Ang, Chia Mui, Trai Svai. And so what is this? So Trai Ang is the word for like grilled, and so Trai is fish. So it's grilled fish, and then Chia Mui is with. Trai Svai is fish sauce with mango.
Yeah.
And you can see that fish sauce. It looks like a mango salsa. So good. So what you do is you, with rice, you take some of the fish meat, you put it with a little bit of rice, and put it with a little bit of that tres fai, or that mango stuff, and it is really good. I love that stuff. I could eat it like every lunchtime. This is a great lunchtime meal. It's super refreshing. All the electrolytes in this mango dish. A lot of the mango, sometimes you can see in the bottom left corner, that mangoes are not very yellow, right? Because it's green mango, so it's a little more sour, a little more crisp, really fresh, really good. I love that. Highly recommend. And I mean, it's incredibly inexpensive as well. Lots of different fish you can eat it with, but Trayandang, which is kind of like a catfish.
Catfish, yeah.
And then this one, what's this fish in the bottom left?
But I don't know in English.
Yeah. All right, next slide. We're gonna fly through our last slides. What is the next? Oh, I just kind of wanted to also talk about this kind of culture of food, right? And oh, did I make the? Oh, yep. I clicked the wrong button for Khmer. That's not. I mistyped a vowel here. So don't trust that spelling. The first part is sa, which is market, and that's correct. But Khmer has a different vowel in front. So anyway, with that being said, this is the culture of food. Like it's out there. These markets are open markets, so you can grab that bottom right corner. That's like grilled crab right there. You can get it served there and eat that. Upper right, this is a fresh market. You can get the meat. Like sometimes the fish are still swimming. You'll take them right off there, chop them up for you right there.
Yeah, they're all fresh.
Amazing.
Fresh
upper left, I mean, this is freshly grilled meat, and they're setting it out. This is a great place for street food. You can see it's kind of at night, and this is like a really nice way to get food. in the evenings with friends and stuff like that. You sit around, but just make sure it's cooked really well. Don't go too past. Like you wanna eat lunch probably between 11 and like 12:30, and you want to eat dinner. What would you say, around 5:30 and 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got some food poisoning from eating chicken at like 10 or 11 at night. So it had been sitting out all day. Sure, he grilled it, but there was a little spot like under the chicken wing that was not getting cooked enough, and it smelled bad. I got food poisoning from it. As soon as I smelt it, I stopped eating, but there was obviously something else that had got in my system. Anyway, not fun. So just watch out. And you can ask them to cook it extra. It's no problem. Bottom left, again, an open market. You can just pick and choose, all fresh. Next slide. I just wanted to kind of remind about like respect versus disrespect. So this kind of goes into table manners that we're going to go into, and just manners around the table. So just remember to honor your elders. We're not stepping over people if we're at someone's houses. We're not touching the heads. And we're being really respectful of their rules of their house or how they do things. Maybe a slight bow, when you see them. Just to acknowledge their presence and
when you're walking
honor
past them, you not walk past your straight back.
Yeah, you
a
can.
little bit like bend down.
Yeah, like just to acknowledge, hey, their place in society is one to be honored. That's something I actually wish that we did more in America. I wish that we honored more of our elders because, man, they've survived years and years. They have years of wisdom and years of experience. Like, yeah, of course you should honor that, and that's an amazing thing. I mean, they've survived. And have a lot to show for it. So, next slide.
Yeah,
all right, let's get into table manners. So, I wanted to show these photos because these are kind of really typical scenes, especially in countryside. Now, bottom right actually looks like it's in Phnom Penh. This is kind of a famous outdoor market. It's the night market right by the Motonlay, the riverside. And this guy is it's great. So you just kind of sit on the mat. You can see the tissue and the kind of different spices in that green basket right to the if we're facing him on the left side of him, and then he has his meal right in front of him. So notice also he's not wearing his shoes. All right, so you take off your shoes before you step on the mat. And right in the couple right behind him, you can see their shoes are on the corner of the mat there. You can see all the couples or all the different groups are kind of gathered on a mat. You can share mats as well, but typically, if there's space, people leave a mat per family. On the upper right, you can see a foreigner eating with everyone else. Look at how she's positioning her legs. All right, her feet are not pointing at anyone, and the backs of her feet, the bottoms of her feet are not facing towards anyone. So nice display of respect there. And sure, women can sit cross-legged, but it's modern times you see that often. But the way that that foreigner is sitting is more of the typical style. Maybe their knees will be a little closer together as they sit. So in the kind of the middle picture, the vertical picture, really typical scene in the countryside. So you can see everyone has their rice bowl. And then you can see they have the dishes in the middle, and you're serving from the middle onto your plate. And you can see kind of the way they're sitting as well. Especially the young girl is not pointing her feet toward anyone. And also they don't have shoes. What is this? This is kind of a bamboo table-like thing. Now, you might sleep on this as well at night. And so that's why you would not take your shoes on it. So do not put your shoes on these things, all right? You take them off, put them underneath, and then you would step on. Yeah. Any other comments you wanted to make on that?
That too. Real about that.
And a really cool, house you can see in the background, kind of made from the woven materials and bamboo. Awesome. Upper left, super typical scene if you're going out to eat in Cambodia. That dish has like a little fire underneath. You can see that soup bowl. So the smoke kind of goes through the middle, but it keeps that soup kind of boiling.
In it.
Yeah. Sometimes at weddings they'll put a little flame, but yeah, charcoal is they can drop it in through the top as well as put it in the side. Yeah, and you can see again dishes with a rice bowl. So you're gonna take dishes from the middle and put on the rice bowl. Again, something that was new to me. If you're not new to me really, because we do this as our family sometimes too. But as we go, you would order again family style. Order a few dishes, put them in the middle. Everyone has the rice bowl. You're serving, you're sharing everything, right? You're not ordering one thing for yourself, especially if you go with a group. Don't do that. Share, and then you get to taste all the flavors. Next slide. And again, you can notice there's a difference between some people are using chopsticks, but a lot of people fork and spoon. I just wanted to show you, kind of give you a little idea of like what seating might look like. So on this right side, we have a beautiful picture of like outdoor street food vendors, and they set up these like little tables. They're little like foldable tables, and you can see the little kind of almost like kids plastic chairs. So you're used to sitting on those, and they're so great because the people with the food cars, I mean, they pack up every night, and they're resetting up every morning, so you don't want to have heavy things, and so they can pack all this onto the cart, and they can unpack it all onto the cart. Yeah, babe? Open up. And you can see all sorts of different pictures, so they make it really easy for people who just want to see the food, just like point to it. So it's obviously probably more of a touristy area. And then upper left side, again, those plastic tables, you'll see very typical. It looks like it's morning. It's a great, like a noodle shop. Bottom left, I wanted you to know, sure, we do the grass mats and the traditional tables, but there's also regular tables that you can see too, right here. So next slide. I wanted you to also remember. So one foreigner was telling me how it was kind of funny or odd. He was just wondering, like, why would people still sit on mats when you could have a table? So I just want people to kind of realize that there's still that it's not like Cambodia doesn't have tables. They have amazing tables, and you can see the incredible craftsmanship of these hand-carved tables, right? But I think that there's just a tradition that comes with the mats, and there's also kind of a sense of togetherness, like a picnic, right? So there are tables, and you'll see these plenty around, oftentimes at restaurants as well. So there are tables, don't worry, and there's more than just plastic tables. If you're just seeing all the plastic tables, that just means you're probably in a lot of places with street food. But a lot of the restaurants will have really nice tables. I just put that bed up there in the upper left corner just to again highlight Cambodian craftsmanship is just incredible, amazing. The first time I was staying in Cambodia, there was like a bed. And it was like amazingly ornate, and I just thought, man, I've never seen a bed this ornate, much less slept in one. So it's beautiful, it's amazing. They're trying to kind of cut back on some of this because this could mean a lot of big trees getting cut down, right? So it's kind of a bummer, but what's really amazing is those trees are, when it's superior craftsmanship like this, those things are around for a very long time and well taken care of. Next slide. And it is amazing. That's like a big part of Cambodian food. I know that some people were talking about how a lot of foreigners will say, oh, I need my multivitamins, and they pay a lot of money for multivitamins. And sometimes they would have them imported. And it's like, well, if you're eating all the local fruits, especially the ones in season, you don't need as many of those multivitamins. If you're eating fish for lunch, you're not going to need omega-3s, right? Even if you think like, no, I need the extra, like it's all there. And so that's the way God designed it. And so imagine, the Garden of Eden, just lush with all sorts of food, fruits and vegetables, all totally available. And so it's just an amazing part of Cambodian culture that they still really keep this as a part of their diet. Fresh fruits, fresh veggies, fresh food, which is odd because in the West, we're kind of going back to that. We're trying to get back to that. It's like we've kind of gone from that to like super convenient, all packaged. We're realizing some of the health consequences of that. So anyway, just in brief, upper left corner are lotus pods, and so you pop out the kernels and the seeds in there and can eat it. Bottom left, oh my gosh, doesn't that look like it's from a different planet? It's rambutan or saumau, and that is really good. It's white on the inside and it's like candy. Upper right, dragon fruit. Sitting next to that brown one is Plimian or longan. Really good. Soursop right in the upper left. Bottom left, is it custard apple or soursop?
Soursop.
So, okay, just checking. And bottom left is the mangosteen, and really good, super high in antioxidants. That is my favorite fruit. Bottom right are local Cambodian oranges that are actually not orange; they're green. And Bosat is really famous for it, and as well as Battambang Bong, super good. And if you ever have fresh squeezed orange juice from these things, incredible, hard to beat. Next slide. And I believe it's the final slide. Oh, I think I added a final slide on that one, so no worries. I'll just read it for you. I have a, if you guys could toss up 1 Corinthians 10:31 through 33. That is the final verse that I just wanted to read for y'all. So it says, so whether you eat or drink, whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. Give no offense to the Jews or the Greeks or to the church of God, just as I try to please everyone in everything I do, not seeking my own advantage, but that many may be saved. So I want us to kind of think about that. Let me see if I can copy it and at least put it in the chat. And maybe you, Shachira, you guys could pop that in the chat for everyone to see. What I love about, cut that off. Let me see if I can get the whole thing in there. So one of the things that I just wanted us to think about is that again, it's not about the food, especially as a missionary. It's about you participating in other people's culture and appreciating the food and the things that people love. That's what it's about. So I want us to think about how it's very interesting in that verse too. It says, I give no offense to the Jews or the Greeks or the Church of God, right? So we're trying not to give offense to the Khmer or to the Americans or to the Church of God, right? We're trying not to offend people with that. Could be impossible, but we're doing our best. And so we're not saying, oh, this is gross, this is disgusting, who would eat that, right? That's a great way to give offense. If someone came over to my house and was having Khmer food, and they or American food, and they were like, oh, this is like absolutely disgusting. Like, you could, sure, with joking, you can do certain things if you're close enough, but like, come on, like, don't bash people's food. And I think especially with Khmer food, I mean, there's so much time and effort that's put into food. And it means so much in the household that, like, it's honor other people by enjoying the food. And maybe you don't enjoy every dish. There's some dishes I enjoy more than others, but maybe you can find those dishes that you do enjoy and savor them and just, thank God for them. And again, finally, it talks about how we're doing this thing. The whole reason is not for seeking my own advantage, but that people would be saved, right? So that people could actually get to, it says even in the chapter before, chapter 9, it talks about how, like, that they would share in the blessings, right, of who Jesus is. So one of the things I think about when I'm trying new foods and things like that, I just think about, whatever you do it for the glory of God, right? If you're eating at someone's house and enjoying that meal, do it for the glory of God. If you're trying a new food, whatever it is. And it's really interesting for those of you who have been to Cambodia or plan to go into Cambodia. I'd highly recommend you read 1 Corinthians, and especially chapter 9 and 10. And when it talks about food offered to idols, because it's very interesting that wasn't even in my life here as an American, but actually in Cambodia, it's very much a real thing. Food is offered to idols and to spirits, and incense is burnt to these spirits, and that food is then later eaten. And so it does raise a concern as a Christian if there were food that was literally devoted to these spiritual entities that are trying to rob God of His glory, and then are you okay with eating that? And so that's where that verse comes in. Hey, let's not give offense to the Khmer. Let's not give offense to the Americans. Let's not give offense to the Church of God. And the Spirit will give you wisdom in that. Ask for it. Um, but read those verses, and I think they have a deeper significance. They certainly do for me after being there in Cambodia. Overall, I absolutely love Cambodian food, and I'm so thankful to be in Cambodia. So I just I'm so thankful for beautiful, amazing, like artistic designs of and amazing flavors. So thank you so much, those of you who are preserving your culture, the flavors, and the traditions of Cambodia. And I'm so thankful to be a part of that. And I hope that, yeah, together we can continue to enjoy those aspects of Khmer culture. Blessings. I've got to go. But if you have any questions, of course, you can drop them here in the comments. You can also, after this video is posted, we can drop them. So blessings to all of you. I'm just going to pray for you, especially if you guys want to join the mission field or even just visit Cambodia and you are going to be trying some Khmer food to better appreciate the culture and the people, the incredible Khmer people. All right, Lord, I thank you so much for the ability to be able to experience amazing foods and amazing fruits that you have designed. We're thankful so much for Khmer people and amazing traditions that have been preserved there with delicious foods, and we're thankful. And we know it's all a gift from you. And I am praying for anyone who is Khmer here, and would they continue to be able to enjoy and preparing amazing foods that you have created and made. Would we, as whoever we are, as we're sitting down at the table together, would we enjoy the company, whether it's with Khmer American or who knows what culture? I pray that we'd be able to enjoy each other's company and realize that the food is amazing. More than that, it's about the people, it's about the relationships, it's about the love that goes into these meals and the laughter and all the things that come from it. So I pray that we would know that, we would experience that, and I pray for the people listening that would be, it would just be such a joy that when they have those they would have those memories. And as they eat those foods, it would just bring back that thankfulness unto you for those memories. We bless you. We thank you, Lord. It's all from you, and may it all be for and unto you. In your name we pray. Amen. Be blessed. Thank you so much. And again, big thanks to Jaira and Yuj for getting this live stream going. Blessings. Breve tiempo.